due to scarcity of time, we are actually going to start the second session. Tea and refreshment will be served in the hall only. Um, Next session coordinator is Dr. Vandana Singh.
Good morning, everyone. Moving on to our next session, I would like to request our chairperson, Shrimati Mansha Singh, to please come up on the stage. She is consultant dietitian and clinical nutritionist and diabetes educator. She has done her Masters of Science in Dietetics and Food Service Management. And she is also pursuing a course in leadership program on nutrition security and sustainable diets from New Delhi. May we have you on the stage, ma'am? Mansha Singh, ma'am? Oh, she's not here. Okay. Our next chairperson is Mrs. Manjari Bajpayee. Are you here? No. Okay. So, sir will be coordinating our next session and chairpersoning next session. Archana Sinha, ma'am, are you here? Okay. Thank you, ma'am. We have our next chairperson, Mrs. Archana Sinha. She is Masters in Food and Nutrition from BHU Varanasi. She has been as invited speakers at many annual national level conferences. And ma'am, please proceed towards the podium. Thank you so much.
Now I would like to invite Dr. Shushma Tiwari. She needs no introduction. She is such a renowned person in this nutrition field. I personally know her from a decade or so. So she would be speaking on energy metabolism and obesity. So over to Shushma ma'am.
Am I audible? Yeah. Thank you, Karyapkon. Thank you, Ashutosh sir, and thank you, Pallavi ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Ratnesh ji, for giving me this opportunity. And thank you for the audience for being there. A very difficult topic at the onset to talk on energy metabolism and obesity, but I will make a humble attempt to try and address some issues that we talk on it. To talk a little about obesity, well, we know these are all latest data. We've been reading newspapers, seeing Google articles, and all the latest papers have been used for this kind of a presentation today. Obesity is on the rise. हम लोग पेशेंट से मिलते हैं, क्लिनिक में हमारे पेशेंट्स आते हैं. We know it all कि पहले तो मिडिल एज में दिखाई देती थी, बट नाउ बच्चों में ओबेसिटी बहुत दिखाई दे रही है. हमारा जो एज गैप था कि लड़कों में, लड़कियों में, औरतों में, आदमियों में, everything has changed. So surprisingly, after women of middle age, now it is more of boys who are having obesity. As also, if you see the economical burden of our country, it's only going for a toss. So the healthcare expenditures, when you talk about productivity hours, you talk about premature mortality, it's all going down the drain. Even if we may have an economic development, the healthcare development is not doing at peace with it. On the right side, we see the picture which only talks about the last survey of NFHS 5, which talks about the growing prevalence of obesity all across urban versus rural as well. पहले ये था कि urban has a, because they have more accessibility to food, they have better, the rates of obesity is high, but not for rural because, they had more of, less of chow mein and Maggies and burgers and pizzas. But अभी ऐसा नहीं है. दोनों जगह equal availability है, equal accessibility है. So that too is a thing of the past. Why isn't it moving? Just a minute, please. I am. Not happening. Yeah. Got it. Thank you. So just to talk a little about the global burden of obesity in India, Hippocrates, long time back, centuries back, had said that sudden death is more common in those who are naturally fat than lean. In 1611, we knew that sirka meant a condition characterized by excessive accumulation and storage of fat in the body. Wikipedia defines it as a medical condition, sometimes considered a disease, in which excess body fat has accumulated such an extent that it can potentially have negative effects, something that we had also learned from Dr. Ajay Tiwari, who had spoken some time back. Some recent stats on obesity say that there is an increase in BMI from 25, which we call it as overweight, from 38 to 50%, and BMI above 30 from 14 to 28%. And this is the number for children and adolescents by 2035. But ironically, please understand that people with higher BMI have better rates of, surviving a pandemic. तो ये देखा गया है कि जब कोरोना हुआ था तो जिसका हायर BMI था, जो 27 का था, they had a better survival chance. So BMI is there. I see somebody thanking herself कि okay, I'm higher BMI. Yeah, but what matters to you is that it needs to be not much of fat but more of the muscles. So that way we need to take care of it. Then why are we talking so much about obesity? Because of the metabolic consequences that it has. We know it all. We have been hearing about it since morning. In every part of the body is adversely affected if there is more of body fat stores. So hence it needs to be further taken care of. Now what do we understand by obesity? Why does it happen? It's not as simple as energy in and energy out. There are many other parameters that are involved, very intricately done. And ऐसा कुछ है ना कि there cannot be a clone. Human body इतने beautifully बना है कि कुछ भी गलत वायरिंग कहीं की भी अगर हो जाती है तो सारा कुछ गड़बड़ हो जाता है. But at the same time, अगर सब कुछ सही चल रहा है तो it is just a perfect thing. I mean, something that you cannot even imagine. You cannot have a duplicate of a human being. So here it is trying to say that if you, if your energy expenditure and the intake, you're eating as much as you're spending, all your organs are functioning at optimum. But if the excess energy expenditure is less, you're not exercising, but your intake is more, that is when it leads to adiposity in the various organs of our body, leading to the adverse consequences. Now why are we talking so much of fat? Because that's the main culprit. So obesity comes when there is energy intake, principally stored as triglycerides, exceeds the energy expenditure. Hypertrophy means there is metabolic changes associated with fat, which we see in diabetes, MAFLD, gallbladder disease, hypertension. And hyperplasia, which we see by increased fat mass, which we see in osteoarthritis and sleep apnea. Now, while a majority of obese individuals attempt to lose weight, they are often successful, but it's not for a very long time. So why is it so? Why does it happen is what we will talk in the further slides. There are two distinct features which say that this is the reason for it. One is sustained positive balance, more energy in than it's going out. And second is resetting of the body weight, which is the set point. We know कि हमारे hypothalamus में set point है, जो कि हमारा weight monitor करता है. So if my weight is 60 kgs, I may bring it to 57. But after a couple of time, it will come back to 60 because my brain says, no, Sushma's weight is not 57, it's 60. So that's what we are talking about as the set point. The ventromedial hypothalamus nucleus, which is known as the satiety center, also plays a very crucial role in energy homeostasis. Besides, of course, the various neuropeptides, neurotransmitters, insulin, leptin, gut peptides, and all of this coordinates the behavioral, physiological, and metabolic response to food. Now, this is a busy slide, but only for you to understand, दो part है, external और internal. External ऐसा है कि जो हम लोग control कर सकते हैं, internal ऐसा है कि हम लोग बहुत कुछ control नहीं कर पाते. तो हम लोग क्या control कर सकते हैं, वो हम लोग करने की कोशिश करें. जैसे कि food choices, हमारे habits, हमारे, we have those organoleptic cues, खाने का स्मेल, टेस्ट, कलर, ओडर, फ्लेवर से हमें भूख लगने लगती है. तो we just need to be a little judicious of what we are eating. Use it with discretion, have a balanced diet, पर थोड़ा सा ध्यान दे करके. Second is the internal milieu, which which dominates about the metabolism and the energy expenditure. So the digestion, your absorption, your metabolism, your storage, everything happens to be taken, it needs to be taken at a level where their energy intake and expenditure balance is maintained. A little about energy intake, balance, and expenditure. Well, the green one says that this happens to be the process which maintains body weight, and the right one says it is the process by which your body weight is disturbed because of your energy intake being disturbed. Okay? Various hormones, various peptides, various organs in it, beautiful, intricate of many things that go together simultaneously, which we don't realize until and unless we cross that BMI section. Energy metabolism and the various macronutrients, namely carbohydrate. So in all forms of obesity, there is a down regulation of GLUT4, which happens to be a major contributing factor to impaired insulin-stimulated glucose transport, leading to the development of the hypers, hyperglycemia, lipidemia, insulinemia, and insulin resistance. Effect of obesity on lipid metabolism, there is increased basal lipolysis in adipose tissue and elevated circulating free fatty acids. Now, there is something called SAA, serum amyloid A, production from enlarged adipocytes into the circulation, which may contribute to insulin resistance. It can also lead to effect on cholesterol metabolism. It also has ability to impair the good cholesterol, which is the HDL cholesterol, as also it increases the plasma glyceride, and the insulin resistance accelerates the very low density lipoprotein production, leading to endogenic hypertriglyceridemia. Postprandial lipemia and elevated fatty acids are quite evident in people with obesity. Now, effect of obesity on protein is not yet clear, but at the same time, it is said that moderate obesity and difference of body fat distribution are associated with abnormalities in protein metabolism, and have hypothesized that moderate obesity is associated with increased proteolysis. Now, what do we do about it? Okay, there are some things we can control, but most of the things is out of our control. तो हम लोग ने ये बात क्यों किया एनर्जी मेटाबॉलिज्म का? Because काफ़ी बार we start in a blame game. हमने तुमको खाने डाइट प्रिस्क्रिप्शन दिया, you're not following it, इसके लिए आपका वजन कम नहीं हो रहा. ये सारी चीज़ें we should not get into. Because it is not that the person is not following it, the person is going through many more things. इसके लिए be patient, understand that it is not only diet which is playing a role, there are many other things that happen to be a part of it. Now, what is the way forward? In 2020, World Obesity Federation came up with this framework of 5 key pillars, stating that we need to enhance the monitoring and surveillance. So whenever there is a person coming to us, go through a proper anthropometrics, take the clinical history. There may not be everything that needs to be changed. There may just be some parts that need to be changed. So, secondly, prevention of obesity throughout the life course. तो काफ़ी बार बच्चे जो होते हैं चबी होते हैं, हमको लगता है हाँ कितने क्यूट बच्चे हैं, but that is the time that you have to take action. Okay, so everything that looks good is not always good, so be a little careful with it. Provision of improved healthcare services. So whenever there is a person having any kind of complications, हमने pandemic में देखा है, we didn't have enough of healthcare facilities taking care of a disease like corona. Provision of improved treatment for people living with obesity, as also need for a system-based approach. Second, which is very close to my heart, happens to be the prenatal maternal nutrition. बहुत important है, बहुत ही बहुत chances है इसको scope को हम लोग बहुत इसमें काम कर सकते हैं. The first 2,000 days of life, that is from birth to the age of 5, has been identified as a critical and sensitive window for early obesity prevention and control. Now, children with low birth weight, small for gestation age और India tops, हमारे जो बच्चे होते हैं तो यूरोपियंस वेस्टर्न्स में 3 किलो के होते हैं, हमारे 2.5 किलो के होते हैं, तो we call it small for gestation age. Okay, and most of them, because of obesity, hypothyroidism, PCOS, they deliver before time, तो preterm है. So they gain weight rapidly. And this we call it as starvation adapted. Now let's understand. जब हमारा colonial rule था, हमारे पास खाने को बहुत कुछ नहीं था ब्रिटिश राज वगैरह में, तो पॉलिसीज़ ऐसी थी कि खाना जो है बाहर भेजा जाता था, इंग्लैंड भेजा जाता था, हमारे पास खाने को नहीं था. At the same time we had lot of famines, बहुत हमारे हम लोग ने बंगाल famine सब हमने सुना है. तो हमारी बॉडी ने अलग तरीके से अडाप्ट करना सीखा. कैसे? वो अपने को भूखा रख करके जब हमको एनर्जी की ज़रूरत है उस टाइम देना, दैट इज़ कॉल्ड स्टारवेशन अडेप्टेड. जैसे हम लोग भूखे रहते हैं, हम लोग उपवास रखते हैं, हम लोग रोज़ा रखते हैं, लेंट करते हैं, तो वेर आर वी गेटिंग द एनर्जी फ्रॉम द स्टोर प्लेस. That is the actual reason for Southeast Asians to have more chances for developing metabolic diseases. So it is our hereditary, it is also our genes, but at the same time, in the same breath, it is not only genes. हमारी लाइफस्टाइल भी बदल गई है. हमारे जो पूर्वज थे वो जितना काम करते थे उतना खाते थे और उतना खाते जितना काम करते थे. अभी हमारा वो बदल गया है. वी आर मोर ऑफ काउच पोटैटोज. हम एक्स्ट्रा खाते हैं, काम उतना नहीं करते. And hence there is this imbalance. ठीक है? Now let's talk about obesity, and our world is the World Obesity Day theme. It says we need to address the weight stigma and discrimination. So do not discriminate anybody with weight. It is very complex. So, understand that person is trying, maybe needs a little more push, etc. But do not, start the blame game. Commercial determinants of obesity, amplifying fiscal measures like food labeling पढ़ाना सिखाओ. जो भी food labels है उसमें it is important, it's mandatory कि trans fats की बात की जाए, salt की बात की जाए, sugar की बात की जाए. So educate your patients that way कि they can take the right step. To talk about the weight stigma, generally क्या होता है, exercise कहते हैं पर exercise की जगह कहाँ है? You know it in Banaras, it's also crowded. तो अगर हमने कुछ कहा तो how does it happen? How will the person actually do it? So get down on that person's, as far as possible, on that person's feet and understand it. Encourage people living with obesity to share their experience. जिसके साथ जो होता है अगर वो समझाए तो it is easily understood. So understand कि उनके साथ उन्होंने क्या किया, क्यों नहीं हो पाया, किस तरह से कर सकते हैं वगैरह. And also make appropriate legislation and policies to tackle the structural drivers. एक ज़माने में था कि तेल का जब एडवर्टाइजमेंट होता था तो ये तेल कोलेस्ट्रॉल फ्री है, जबकि सारे तेल कोलेस्ट्रॉल फ्री हैं, बट इट्स प्रोपेगेंडा. आप देखिए टेलीविजन एड्स में हर एक मेरे ख्याल से हर 2 ऐड के बाद यू विल हैव सम खाने का ऐड. तो ऑब्वियसली बच्चा देखेगा तो भूख लगेगी. वी ऑल आर वर्किंग मदर्स. हमारे बच्चे को भूख लगे, वी विल से ओके यू ऑलराइट फाइन, टुडे यू हैव योर चिप्स एंड बिस्किट्स, टुमारो यू डोंट हैव इट, बट दैट टुमारो कम्स. It just comes. It may just be a Maggi or a chow mein instead. So it happens, right? And lastly, what people think it to be is obesity is diet and exercise, but that isn't so. There is nutrition, there is physical. 2 minutes more? Thank you. You also have sleep and rest. So we have heard about the circadian rhythm. We have heard about chrononutrition. Very important. All this play a very important role. Studies have shown that if you're having small meals, it works better than having a big dinner. And let's be honest, everybody here has a biggest dinner. The dinner is the biggest meal of the day. So that's how it happens. So let's understand how can we make it better. Fulfillment and purpose. It's important that you enjoy whatever you are, wherever you are, however you are. So there is also momentum in US which says, I am fine with the way I am. And the number of comorbidities is less with that group as against people who have that stigma that no, there's something wrong with me. I have seen innumerable girls who are not ready to go outside because of phobia, because of that stigma. तो आप कैसे अगर वो घर के बाहर नहीं जाएगी तो किस तरह से आप उसको weight loss करने की बात करेंगे? At the same time, besides the weight, is it not important for you to get that confidence back from that girl? She's yet to face the world tomorrow. Relationships, be apathetic, don't have the blame game, mindfully, awareness is important, use discretion, your physical environment and mental and emotional well-being. There are many obesogens present. Today we are using plastics, unscrupulously. Plastic ka हर पानी में bottle में plastic, खाने का plastic, everywhere it's plastic. So all these are wesogens. And very nice is what I liked from Hippocrates. He's also said, wherever the art of medicine is loved, there is also love of humanity. And that's the reason we all are here. Act as human. We are talking to a human being. So, you know, you never know who's in which shoe. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for a very informative, enriching, enlightening session. And you have offered a lot of foods for thought. Any question from the audience?
This audience is very nice, doesn't ask any questions.
Can I ask you a question?
Please.
As we are talking about the obesity, and we all know that obesity is a very important risk factor for cardiovascular disease, and fortunately it is a modifiable risk factor.
Yes.
So what is your take on the saturated fat and cholesterol for obesity?
Sure. So when we talk about saturated fat, it needs to be in the proportion of 1:1:1. That's PUFA, MUFA as saturated fats. So it's not a no-no. तो अगर हमने रिकॉल लिया है डाइट का, वी कम टू नो कि पेशेंट कितना घी लेता है, कितना तेल लेता है, कितने फ्राइड स्नैक्स लेता है, एंड अकॉर्डिंगली मैंने उसमें जो भी जहाँ पे ज़रूरत है उसको बदला. तो टू आंसर योर क्वेश्चन अर्चना, a teaspoon of fat is not, you know, it's about 7% is what they call about of the calorie needs. And the remaining happens to be your fat, total calories say should be not more than 30%. The problem here is that it's either fat or carbohydrate. What we need to focus on is the protein. So hence increase the protein, increase the fiber, and that will take care of your fat and cholesterol. Very recently the study has come which says that outside cholesterol does not have any much of effect. It's the inside cholesterol that needs to be taken care of. तो हमने अगर हर रोज़ एक अंडा खाया, gone are those days कि हमने मना किया. Now we can say, okay, you can have an egg every day, provided you take care of the cholesterol, triglycerides, etc. So it's all good. Give everything, but in moderation. Okay, nothing of too much is good. Sir, please.
Yes, sir.
You know, I have been trying to cut down weight for some time, and I have found this approach good. Would you support my policy, or would you try to modify it? You know, at the end of the day, I feel very hungry. So before going for dinner, I have a lot of salad on my table, and I eat those cucumber pieces little by little, slowly while watching TV. And I find that there's a lag phase between the intake of the salad and my satiety.
Excellent question.
And after some time, maybe about half an hour, I feel that I'm not so hungry to take more food. Is my approach correct, or would you suggest something different?
100% correct, and I thank him for asking this question. We have Dr. Osama Hamdi. I believe most of us would have heard him. So he's the one who came up with this theory, sir, that you start with your salads first, then you have your protein, and the last you have your cereal. So by the time you have your salad, because it requires a lot of chewing, there is 10-minute satiety, there is a reflex at 10 minutes your hunger is over. So if you don't eat within those 10 minutes, you don't feel hungry anymore. तो काफ़ी बार ऐसा होता है कि भूख लगती है, खाना मिला तो खा लिया, जो खा लिया, नहीं मिला तो फिर नहीं खाया. तो what you're doing is perfectly good. And time like TV का जो है, तो that is the time we indulge in wrong habits. Popcorns, chips, wafers, etc. चाय के साथ बिस्किट, टोस्ट, खारी वगैरह. तो उसी टाइम पे if we can have something like what sir has just proposed, salads, works out great. Something simple as bhuna chana, your bhuna makhana, your lai with chana, etc. Your kala chana, your ankurat chana, everything can be had. And that's how you can make up for the, protein deficit. A pleasure, sir. Thank you.
Sequence is very, very important.